Alright, today, it's kind of unplanned, but it's been a lot on my mind, and I don't want to hold on to it too long to, lose some of it. So I'm gonna share this, and I may come back to do some more about this particular topic, but right now, this is what I've been thinking about. And I've been thinking about the Caduceus and the way the symbol actually looks. How it's like a straight line, and then it has two serpents coming up the line, which is like a staff. But what this represents in the body is it represents the spine, and it also represents the airways that the of the body, and that's what the serpents represent, the airways, and they kind of like meet at certain energy points, like the main energy centers of the body. Like they meet at like the root, and then they meet at the heart, and they meet up at the head. And I think the highest that they go is the third eye, but I'm not quite sure. I have to look at it again. I haven't looked at the symbol yet, but I'm going to look at it after this video. But I wanted to share that I want to share that that's important because, one, that's where the air travels in our body, like the divine masculine and the divine feminine. That's the air that they travel through, and that's at the points that they meet are very strong energy centers. Like they meet at the interestingly enough, they meet where the like air elements like of the zodiac meets. Like the first one is Libra. The second one is Cancer, and I want to say they also, well, I don't think they meet at Aries. I mean Aries, Aquarius, but that's where that's some of the places that they meet, and they're like very strong energy centers. And what I wanted to also add to that was that the fact that they meet at Libra, which is represented by the scales, which is another interesting symbol because it's represented by two scales, like two plates on each side, and then it has like this almost like a spine in the middle, and it determines whether one side is heavy or the other side is heavy. And what I wanted to say with that was, you know how they say in Egypt your heart has to be lighter than the feather? For you to ascend, for your soul to go higher, it has to be lighter than a feather. And what I was thinking about with that was that it has to be higher than or lighter than the earthly plane. Like you have to be able to rise above the earthly plane, and which is why the Libra sign symbol is technically it's right at the earth level. It's like right above that chakra, the root chakra, and it's, I want to say the it's higher than Aquarius, but it's not the highest. The highest is Gemini, and that's one of the major like energy centers. Like it's probably if I'm not mistaken, it's the strongest energy center, and it's your heart, which is the lungs, and it also represents the hands, which is Gemini. And I want to say a lot of energy is there. Like even like me thinking about it, your your lungs, they're not just in the front of your body, they're in the back of your body, and that connects to your arms. Like I was saying, if you think about it, that's just like your wings. Like if you were to have wings, if you were to be a earth bird, you would be that would be where your wings would be located, or like on your back. So I was thinking about that, and how that's like a very strong like energy center, and how your heart has to be lighter than the feather. Like your heart has to be lighter than that earthly plane, the earth plane, which is a bird, an actual bird. Like that's the earth plane, because it's the only thing on this planet that can actually fly on its own accord without anything man-made. 444, without anything man-made. Like Earth created that. And when you're spiritual, and you are on a spiritual path, you can see in the spiritual realm a bird, flying around like in the spiritual realm, which is on the spiritual plane. You have to be able to rise up to that spiritual plane to be able to see that. If you can see the bird on the spiritual plane, that means your heart is pretty light and you're on the right path. And I just really want to share that that's like a very, very important symbol, an important lost my train of thought, but it's a very important thing to realize and to recognize, like, and that's how it connects to the zodiac. Another thing that connects to the zodiac, I think I said this in another video, is that Gemini represents two parts of the self: the one in the light and one in the dark, the shadow and the I guess the best way to say the one in the light, the actual being that's in the light being. And on either side of Libra, you have a water sign, which is Scorpio, which is also still where Libra is, and it represents darkness or death. And then you have Virgo. I'm sorry, that's a water sign. You have Virgo. I don't know. I think I said the word water sign, but if I didn't, then I'm correcting myself now. Then you also have Virgo. Virgo is also a very important sign. I have to look at exactly where Virgo is. I probably thinking about it by looking at it on my body as far as like going up and down and figuring out. But Virgo represents purity, and it is also like it's also an earth sign. So I want to say Virgo, if I'm not mistaken, represents the whole body. It may not, but I think it does. But I'm going to look that up to make sure. And it represents purity, so you have to be pure right before you go into Libra. So that's a very important thing, because after Libra, well, Libra itself is a time of judgment on the planet, and you basically are going through judgment when you go through Libra. So after Libra, it gets like that, you go into a different realm. That's just what I'm figuring out, and like I've seen this before. I've thought about it before, but it makes more sense, and it's more clear now that it represents that. And I want to say, like, the time now that we're in, Leo, is very important for that. Like, you have to get your spirit right. You have to be getting your spirit right now. Like, you were supposed to be doing this before now, but now it's like really when you need to be getting your spirit right, because it's all about like purification. It's all about cleansing. It's all about everything that you gather now. All the light that you gather now is important for one, you to gain purity, for you to go into this time of judgment with nothing kind of like holding you back, nothing kind of like you're holding on to. Like, this is the time where you need to be really getting light. Like, this is the perfect time, and I'm thinking about this now. I'm not judging anybody. I'm saying this is a time where sun gazing will probably be very important. And I'm just now seeing this, but it kind of makes sense since this Leo energy is kind of just coming on. Like, we're what's this, the 28th? We're in the day 5 of Leo, and it's very important. I mean, it's just now coming to me that it's how important it is to do things like sun gaze, and to be working on that energy, working on that spirit energy, that fire, because fire represents or is connected to spirit. And so it's very important to be working on that energy. And I just wanted to say that. And I'm gonna share one more thing, and I'm probably gonna go in more detail about this as well, because I think this is important. But one of the reasons why I think Christ gets his bride after I don't know the whole scripture. This is another reason why I need to do research on that. But the reason why Christ is his bride is because Christ represents, again, the heart. So if Christ is getting his bride, he's rising above. And his bride is being able to get into that, first of all, feminine energy. The spiritual world is feminine energy. And when you rise up, you're able to basically wear that crown. Like the crown of thorns, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is him being able to see into to rise above the zodiac, to see into different times, different parts of the zodiac, which represents time, which represents the year. The year is very important. It's not just something that we go through that we just supposed to go through as far as like living day to day. It actually means something. Like the year that we go through, it means something very, very significant. And I'm just connecting the zodiac to it, but it's something even more than that. And I think I'm gonna figure that out pretty soon. But that's the reason why I think that's why they say Christ gets his bride, because he's able to rise up into the heavens, and he's able to see into different times, different parts of the zodiac. He's able to acknowledge that, he is all these different signs, and he can tap into those different type of energies. He can see into those different times, those different months, and he's able to I don't want to say master, because I don't know if that's the correct word, but he's able to do something. And I believe that also has to do something with the halo, because if that represents the zodiac, and it's basically in this area, like in this area, which is also Aries. If it's in this area, then I want to say it will represent like the halo, and since it will represent like a halo, it would be like light going around. So I want to say that that's one of the significant parts of it being like connected to the year and the zodiac as well, because it's not just language, it's not just things that we go through without it having a purpose, but it actually means something. And yeah, it's some pretty interesting stuff. Like if you're really on this spiritual path, then you'll know that if not all of what I'm talking about makes sense, but you'll start to see like bits and pieces of it make sense. Like if you're really on it, like you're probably getting some of the same information that I'm getting, and you probably are not really sure what it is, or not really sure why it is, or if it makes sense, or if you should share it with somebody. But it's very important to share it with somebody. It's very important to get the information out, because you're not only helping yourself, you're not only helping other people, you're helping yourself. And you're not only helping yourself, you're helping other people. I want to say that both ways. I wasn't going to say it the first way because I thought that was a bit like selfish, but I don't think it's selfish, because you're helping yourself grow and you're helping other people grow. So it's a win-win situation for all. And that's what I'm about. I'm about oneness. I'm about all of us growing. I'm about everybody who this video touches growing. And I'm about even myself growing. So if you've gained any value from this, just hit the thumbs up. I don't really ask for much, and that'll be all for me. I'm kind of like at a loss for words a little bit, but I just really wanted to get that out. I think I said everything, and again, I said I may expound upon some of the stuff that I've talked about here. And one more thing, I want to say, like, the center of the caduceus, like that's the way your air should flow. The air in your body should flow. Like they say it's like the chakras, and which is pretty much what I talked about. But it's like the way the air in your body should flow, and like your energy should flow straight up. And it doesn't necessarily do it through the spine. It does it like in the front of your body. So that's why the chakras are important as well. But I just wanted to share that, because I don't think I made that clear. And a lot of the energy that flows up is air, is spiritual energy, again. But I just wanted to share that, and like I said, I hope you gain value from it, and I will catch you in the next video.